Hey everyone, today I want to talk about something that's been on my mind, especially as we approach a crucial presidential election. It's about the intersection of patriarchy in churches and how it affects our presidential elections. Now, you might be wondering, how does what's preached in churches connect to what happens in the voting booth? Well, let's dig into it. Patriarchy within religious institutions isn't just a relic of the past. It's alive and kicking, influencing how people think, act, and yes, vote. Some churches still hold to the belief that women shouldn't take on leadership roles. They can't preach, they can't lead, and their voices are often squashed. Imagine this. A woman who's been told her whole life that her place is not in leadership steps up to run for president. How do you think her chances fare in communities where the pulpit preaches male dominance? Not great, huh? This isn't just a theoretical issue. It plays out in real voting patterns. When religious leaders espouse patriarchal views, it trickles down to the congregation. It creates an environment where women in power are viewed with suspicion or outright rejection. And here's where it gets even more complicated. Think about the influence of these religious leaders. In communities with strong religious affiliations, a pastor's word can shape political views. If that pastor is pushing patriarchal ideals, it can sway the congregation to vote against female candidates, no matter how qualified they are. This brings us to our current political climate. We have an accomplished black woman running for president against a former president with a controversial track record. Yet, there are pulpits that still preach male superiority, and some of these pulpits might just be supporting the latter candidate. It's baffling. Here we are, potentially on the brink of history, and yet some are held back by outdated, patriarchal views. These views don't just harm women. They harm our entire democratic process. They discourage capable women from stepping up and deter voters from supporting them. We need to reflect on this. We, especially black men, need to support and uplift our women. They've held our communities together through thick and thin. It's time we reciprocated by supporting them, not just in words but in actions, especially at the voting booth. As we march into this election season, let's remember Brother Malcolm X's words from 6 decades ago. The most disrespected person in this nation is the black woman. Let's change that narrative. Let's ensure that women, especially black women, are supported and given the respect they deserve. It's long overdue for a capable woman to lead us from the Oval Office. Maybe she can guide us out of the darkness and into a brighter, more inclusive future. Let's make sure our votes reflect that hope. Thanks for listening, and let's make a difference this election.